Good morning, YouTube. It's a wonderful day. I am just packed full of energy and ecstasy this morning. It's just so beautiful outside. The sun is shining, the birds are singing, and it's just a great spring day and a great day to rejoice about all the wonderful things that are happening. I'm just so excited about everything happening on YouTube and all the people that are bringing forth such wonderful truths, such as Tanya Love and others, and going to listen to a little bit of her program this morning. She's got a wonderful program this morning. It's I think it's going to be called "Moving with the Magic." So I can't wait to hear that. Moving with the Magic. That sounds wonderful. But I just feel energy just coming out all over me already before I even and then it's going to really get great as I get into the show. But I can't hardly contain it. It's I'm just so full of ecstasy this morning, and I'm looking forward to a wonderful breakfast. I'm going to make some of this organic old coffee like I always do. I've got a lot of this organic, a lot of this Columbia roast that I am going to that really been enjoying, and it comes in a little K cup style, the little brew cup like this, and I'm going to put that in this Presto Maggio, and just add a little water. It just pops right in the bottom of there, and make a little coffee, and then I'm going to have a real good breakfast with some pancake and eggs and different things like that I have, rice and all. And boy, it worked good this morning. Great, everything's going good. It's going to be a beautiful day. Everything going my way today, and coffee and everything. No problems. It's going to be wonderful. And so let's see what Tanya has to say, and if things could get any better, well, we'll see what Tanya is going to say this morning.
Okay. Sorry, guys. Right then, I just got a restart thing on my computer. So, greetings, everybody, and welcome to today's show. Today, I'm really feeling guided to speak about basically having the courage to move with the magic of life. Like, as we have synchronicity flowing into our life, like, will we have the courage to follow that? And I personally have had so much beautiful magic coming into my world over the last month as September began. But it's also been incredibly challenging to really surrender to that flow and trust my higher heart and not be attached to what's shifting, what's changing. And so any of you that are tuning in today, if you're feeling like you're going through stuff like that and you want to talk about that, I open up this conversation. Feel free to go into the live chat and put your name or nickname or whatever you would like us to call you. And let's start the dialogue. But I'm feeling like sharing some messages of how when we're going through times of transformation, it's important that we remember to tune in and really love self. And that's been something that over this past month, I've been going through incredible changes and shifts in my family situation, which I will share more deeper truth at the appropriate time as we process all this. But I'm kind of going to just invite you guys to write in any comments or questions that you may have. And how about Amnon? Have you noticed, as September kind of kicked off, have you noticed yourself any shifts that have been going on, or have you been aware of it in yourself or with others?
Not really.
Mm-hmm.
No, I can't say that. Sorry,
really.
I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. That's okay.
I know it's supposed to be a lot of stuff supposed to happen in September because of it's the 7th year of the Hebrew calendar, the Shemitah year, and they say that every 7 years something bad happened. Personally, I don't believe in it.
Yeah.
And I think it's just a coincidence that a couple of times something happened.
So from what you've heard is like, it's kind of like projected something bad's going to happen.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
World's coming to an end, you know.
Yeah, which we kind of talked about last time.
Right.
And really, like, what I've been tuning into is that sometimes, like, when we're in a time of transformation, like the death and rebirth cycle for any soul evolution, it can feel like our worlds are coming to an end, and it can be scary. And what's so important is that, like, what I've been feeling personally is in this month, I have been doing so much diligent light work, assisting the planet in clearing the old paradigm of the collective consciousness, and really sending out waves and frequencies of support for the planet and for the collective consciousness, and even to the point of more galactically reaching out in meditation and seeing any disruptive frequencies, just blocking those with like the auric field of the planet and deflecting those energies back to which they came as frequencies of pure unconditional love. And to many of us, like I've been observing so many in a time of transformation, and my own life is just what's happening, and it's been like amazing and miraculous, and then at the same time terrifying at moments, and just really what I feel like I've been processing that I hope to embody and shine back to each of you that, you know, are going through whatever you're personally going through in your evolution and transformation, is just to remember how important it is to be gentle with ourselves in this time of ascension, and to take deep breaths and to live in trust, to take time. Like today I had my soul sister came over, and I've been mentoring her for 3 months with yoga. And, you know, she's learning to become a yoga teacher herself. And today I was just like, I feel like it's your time, and you need to take this baton and go with it. And let's, you know, just open yourself for spirit to channel through you, as I've been mirroring to her for the past 3 months. And she did, and it was so beautiful, and I was so proud of her. Like, I had tears, and as I was laying there, I was moving back and forth in the yoga postures, and I just had tears flowing out of my eyes. And I feel like it was such a beautiful thing, because I love yoga, and I personally feel yoga and meditation are such a beautiful gift we give to ourselves. And as a teacher, I love to share that with others and to help them see how powerful it can be. And what I realized is all this tension and all the stress and the energy I was picking up from others as an empath, like, it was exhausting my body. My body was tense. It was tired. And a lot of you listening, we really need to all be more mindful of how much we really can handle, and when we need to pull away from the busy world, when we need to go inward and we need to connect with our source and just meditate and fill ourselves back up, like recharge, fill up that cup. And I feel like the beauty with yoga is that it also is very therapeutic and assisting on the physical level, because it's helping us to clear energy and move it through our physical bodies. And it's also so great for calming the mind and the mental chatter. And especially when we're going through a time of great change and transformation, we are, you know, it's kind of, I was telling my soul sister today, it's kind of like when you take a plant and it's been in a pot that's a little too tight, and you need to replant that pot in a new pot with, you know, a bigger pot with fresh soil, and it's got room for expansion. And even the most beautiful plant that's given the most beautiful nurturing during that transition goes into shock. And I've really observed that as I've raised plants through my life. Like, you know, every time they kind of go through a little time of shock. And what I feel like is that we need to be really gentle with ourselves during all this change and transformation, and realize sometimes our bodies are just going through, like, they have waves of energy hitting them, and we're going through a little bit of shock, like just the shock of new, the shock of change, and that's okay. And to really love yourselves, like, love the crap out of yourselves, like I say all the time. Take the time to meditate and the time to go connect with nature and get away from all the people. That's what keeps me sane in this planet, is I love all of you, but sometimes I got to get the heck away and just go be with my source and process and just digest everything, and then come on the show and I got something to share. So you know, this is a time for all of us to be more mindful in our creations, and we each have choices. We need to remember that no matter what is changing in your movies personally. Like some of you might be, you know, changing jobs or career paths. Some of you may be switching relationships up. Some of you, you know, maybe leaving your actual bodies soon. Some of you may be releasing people that you love or animals. It's all these different changes. And it's so important that we remember to stay centered in our self-love and to be very gentle and nurturing to ourselves during all that change. And so I'm going to pause for a second, have a drink of water. And so if anyone has anything they want to write in, like, hey, Tanya, I'm going through this, or wow, I've been having this change, like, I give you this moment to open your hearts and, like, speak truthfully and transparently like I'm mirroring to you, because that's how you're going to actually heal. Is we need to let ourselves be vulnerable. We need to, you know, let those walls go down that we've been taught and conditioned to build to protect ourselves. So I'm going to pause a second. Amnon, you let me know if anybody is chiming in.
I will let you know. So far, there's nothing going on. I think they're scared. I think they're scared too.
Hey, it's 511. That's my little angel's like, hey, we're with you. So if you guys want to say anything, I'm just open it up and don't be scared. Just open yourselves and just be brave and courageous, you know, as you're ready. I'm just nurturing you into that direction.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So I was going to read to you, interestingly, someone the other day tagged me on this, and it's a post that I had put on Facebook on July 24th, and it was basically a channeling, like I was channeling a message from the angels, and I had shared this. And what's interesting for me is that sometimes I don't realize, like, as I'm channeling something for all of you and I'm sharing it with the world, that my guides are also saying it to me and preparing me for things. And what I shared in July 24th, like, within a week, all these different things started to happen and changes were coming. And that's what I love about the trust, the deep trust I have with my angels and my guides and higher consciousness, is just tuning in at such a level and trusting in the wisdom and just knowing that they're never lying to us. And the more that we practice this, the more that we take time to be quiet, because I feel like what I observe with a lot of humans is they're really good at the praying part, like, please help me, God, and I need this and I need that, and they're in this, like, kind of fearful expression of what they need. But what we need to cultivate greater practice with is that yin energy of being receptive, and maybe we call out, but then we need to be still and we need to listen, because that's where we're going to actually get our guidance. And when we're in fear, that's where it's so important that we pull away from all the busyness. We pull away from all those things we think are so important at the cost of our own health and at the cost of our own peace. It's really important that we love ourselves and that we listen, because you will be guided. I promise you, each of you are worthy of this. And there's nothing special about Tanya. The only thing different about me compared to a lot of humans I see suffering is that I have really learned to honor and trust that wisdom and that stillness, and to cultivate that deep trust with Source. And instead of going into fear, I just go into meditation. If I'm feeling off, I'm like, see y'all later. I'll be back. I got to go tune in and plug in. It's like plugging in your cell phone. It's on 1% battery. Time to plug it in. It needs the juice. It needs to be fueled up. And a lot of us treat our phones better than we treat ourselves. And we need to shift that. We really do. So this is the message that someone had tagged me on, and that I had shared on July 24th. And I just want to share it again because it's happening. And so if any of you are freaking out there, or you're going through a lot of stress and shifts and relationships are ending and all this stuff's happening, don't get caught in the storm. Don't get caught in that tornado, but stay calm and focused and aware in the center. Stay in that, center space of the vortex and observe, because it's going to pass. So here's what I got. Greetings, beloveds. We are so pleased to connect with each of you in regards to your physical bodies and their changing needs during this time of ascension. Many of you are calling out, crying out for relief from your pain. For some of you, this is arising as physical pain. some emotional in the emotional body, and for others, rising in the mental body. It is becoming vital for your well-being that you start listening to the needs of your body.